Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Three Wise Guys podcast. It's your Chief Aria, your Chief Luke, and it's your Chief D. I have not figured out a good alternative for this. I'm open to suggestions, honestly. I haven't really been able to game. You guys really screwed me with this one. Like, yeah. I've been perplexed.
No, you're good. You figured it out.
You guys really got me with this one.
Like, I was gonna say, like, I know, like, we've been trying to, like, force Chief, like, to catch on. But, Luke, I don't know if you remember this, huh?
I don't think it is.
So it did, but in another context, when we were all portaging, do you remember how it caught on?
Oh, yes.
What was the word? Or what was the context in which it was used?
Is this allowed to be said on air?
Yeah, he's gonna say. I didn't want to say it. I wanted to see if he remembered.
Wasn't it like Peter was? No, I don't know.
No, dude. Okay, basically, it was like chiefing. Like when you're chiefing something, it's like you're doing shit at a high level.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Like you get what I mean. You're about to go chief that like portage. Like I was like, oh, Luke is gonna chief the portage. He's gonna get up, fucking hike 900 meters. Everybody else is still at meter 200, and then he's gonna walk another 300 meters and meet us at like meter.
No,
500
but that was discussed post portage.
Yeah,
that wasn't.
No, it was discussed like during pre-portage as well. Maybe you weren't there,
Okay,
but I was
fair,
telling
fair.
Peter, I was like, Luke is about to chief this shit. Let's not pay attention to him. I'm just gonna run my race, be mentally fit with myself, and not look to others. You know,
Don't. The race is with yourself,
exactly,
not with anybody
not
else.
with others. So
This is exactly what we say to ourselves, like midway through the quarter, when we still have like 80% of our quota left. It's like the race is with yourself.
Nobody else with yourself.
Nobody else. Stop comparing
Oh,
yourself to
man.
that one dude who just did 300%.
yeah, don't do that. But I was just gonna say, I think that's like a nice way to use like
Chiefing.
Chiefing is like just doing something at a super high level.
I was
Like,
actually
yeah.
like when you said the word chiefing, I was thinking about it in a completely different context.
For what context
Like
is
more
that?
like taking something.
Yeah, or like
you cheat-
being
yeah.
like chiefing the last piece
Yeah,
of something.
exactly,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like
That's what I was thinking.
eating the last bite
Okay,
of
no,
something.
like let's flip that. No, Chiefs don't fucking steal. They have their abundance. They live in abundance.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm
So do thieves.
Thieves do not live in abundance.
I was gonna say
Thieves have an abundance mindset.
thieves.
I think you have a
that's the only way
scarcity
you can be a
mindset.
successful thief.
I think you have a scarcity mindset if you're a thief.
Yeah, I think you have to be a good thief. You might have to have a scarcity mindset.
I think if you're going to be a thief that gets by, absolutely you have a scarcity mindset.
Okay.
Right? But if you're going to be a successful like, do you think that like $1 million, like the ones who stole from the Louvre, do you think they have a scarcity mindset or an abundance one? Because they went straight to the top of the hill.
the ones that stole from the Louvre had mopeds. That's all I know.
I think they have an abundance. Oh, sorry, a scarcity mindset.
I can see that for
Yeah.
the petty thief.
Wait, so like what? Like, explain this abundance mindset
In
like,
terms of stealing.
yeah, in terms
No,
of
I'm
stealing.
just equating it to greed.
okay.
I'm
Like,
just equating it to greed.
yeah, no, abundance does not mean greed.
No,
man.
I know. But like, it's related.
See, GPT says thieves operate from a mindset of scarcity,
Okay, fair enough.
not
yeah.
abundance. Psychological scarcity. Thieves often believe there isn't enough. Zero-sum mentality. Their actions imply that someone must lose in order for them to gain. And fear-based behavior, theft is rooted in fear.
See, this is the number one reason why podcasts are dying. Because instead of listening to three dumb people talk about something, people are chat GPT.
They listen to three dumb people chat GPT.
That's exactly why.
Yes. No.
But
if anything, more podcasts should be ChatGPT while they speak.
yeah, actually going forward, I mean, dude, this is a YouTuber that literally like transitioned his channel to be like purely AI, like an AI avatar, AI script.
No,
and
that's too much.
it's just, you know what I mean?
That's
It's not
too
working,
much.
but
No.
I was gonna say Dolapo. So you brought up the portage. Obviously, me and Dolapo are very happy to be back.
I didn't go. I stayed in the real world. I had work to do.
There was a thank you. We also have work to do. We also went, but there was a world where Dolapo and I did not make it back.
There was.
Theoretically speaking,
I was not worried, even though I can't swim and went on like 15 different lakes.
yeah, it is important to break down the fact that on a pure canoeing trip, Dolapo, one, does not know how to swim.
Yep.
It was the second time paddling. And if I remember correctly, for most of the first day, you were not wearing your life jacket.
No. It wasn't your life jacket. No. Wait.
Me and
My
Levi.
girlfriend watches this, and I told her I wore my life jacket. So stop fucking blowing up my spot. That's
right.
fine. But on the first day, I actually wore my life jacket. I believe it was the second day.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, most of the second day, I forgot to wear because no one else was wearing. And I just forgot. And then in the middle
He's
of
like,
the
I ain't no bitch.
No, in the middle. No, it wasn't even I ain't no bitch because I usually am not afraid to be one. Like when it concerns my safety.
Yes, when it actually considers safety.
When it considers my safety, like my life is way more precious than whatever you think. And then Luke, like in the middle of the canoe, I think we're on the same canoe, the 3-man. And Luke
I came up to you because I was paddling with Levi and he was asking me like how I knew you and Peter and everyone. And I was like, we were talking about it and we were talking about the first portage. And I was like, yeah, Dolapo was like, he was very brave for doing it because he doesn't know how to swim. And actually, funny enough, he said he would make it a goal to learn before this one.
Nope.
But he didn't.
Nope.
We went once. Remember?
Yeah.
We went once to my dad's place.
Disaster.
And then Levi looks at me like dead in eye and he's like, so why is he not wearing a life jacket? I was like, oh shit, you're right.
That was what happened. I remember you didn't tell me as we were in the water. Because I remember when I grabbed my life jacket, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm already paddling. And I was like, well, Peter, like, just keep paddling because I kind of kept my life jacket from behind me.
Yeah.
And then after that, I put it on the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
So, but yes, you're right. We were supposed to learn swimming. We went for one lesson.
One time.
Yeah.
Did not work.
It wasn't bad.
Sure, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And then I went with my girlfriend because she was like, oh, she wanted to teach me. It wasn't going to happen. And then when we came back from the portage, I was like, no, I love my girlfriend. I love you, baby. When we came back from the trip, I was like, this is a wake-up call. Like, the last portage was like 2 years ago, and like zero progress in my aquatic skills. So I am now signing up for a swimming class and not relying on friends and stuff. So yeah, I found
whenever you want, we can go to the LA. There's a pool.
This is perfect.
No, you see, like
You don't have to rely. I said whenever you want. You still get your class.
Okay,
You tried that
extra
last time.
resources.
It didn't work, and you're trying a different approach.
I'm trying to.
You have an abundance of resources around you.
There we go.
Yeah.
Abundance of that's not the context you used. Okay, but okay, whatever. Usually stick to thieves. Okay, like that's what you should do. But yeah, like I'll get a professional involved. And I'll, invest money so like it hurts when I don't go for the trip.
You can get decent lessons for cheap at like a YMCA if there's one nearby.
Yeah, those are probably
Yeah,
good.
YMCA.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a YMCA since I came to Toronto.
There's not many like in the downtown core. There's one big one like in downtown where they're trying to push it because it's this huge community center. I don't actually remember.
Yeah, like I remember the one in Ottawa. I used to go there because I had a friend that worked there.
They're more suburby.
Yeah, they're super suburban, but yeah.
But there's actually if you take the train to either I think it's Spadina or Ossington, and you get off, there's a community center right there, and it costs like $5 to go swim.
I also and tell me if I'm tripping here.
You're gonna make a comment about community centers?
Yes. I think I live enough of an abundance.
Oh, there's a lot of YMCAs, by the way.
Yeah, we'll do that. I think I live enough of like an abundance lifestyle where like I can afford to pay for lessons and not a community center, right?
Okay, but can I challenge that and say that the abundance mindset involves living in a nation that has an abundance of people in the middle and upper class that go to fund these programs. Yeah. So that is a part of the abundance mindset.
Yeah, but we're not there yet as a society. Maybe we might be there as a household, but not there as a society. I went to, I forget the name of this. It's on St. Clair, a little bit like close, more east than here. I forget the name of the park. I'll remember. Caledonia, I think. St. Clair in Caledonia. Yeah, I believe there's like a park there. Yeah, I went there, like, my girlfriend, I begged her. I was like, I don't want to go. And obviously, like, turned into a thing. And I ended up going. And then I was like, I'm going to go, but I'm not going to go in the water. So I'm just, because I'm, again, such a bitch. So we get there. She changes. She's like, you're really not going to go into the water? I was like, nope. And so I'm sitting there. I watch her go into the water. She goes into the water for like 2 minutes. And then she comes back. He's like, you're really not going to go in the water? I'm like, fuck, all right. I go in the water. Tell me why. Like, I had a decent time, obviously. But, like, tell me why there was, like, pee. I see hair floating. Like, so many bro, I kid you not. And I was like, I told her, I was like, this is exactly why I did not want to come into this water. And I never want to hear you tell me.
I'm actually scared of free time at community pools.
Like,
they actually scare me.
Like,
especially the outdoor ones.
Yeah.
The outdoor ones are like extra weird.
It was an outdoor one.
Yeah.
And like, I don't blame the adults. Like, adults are adults, but there's just a lot of kids out there. And,
All right.
and I was like, there's a reason. Like I told her, I was like, this is like I literally predicted like this was gonna be this disgusting. Like I hope next time like it won't result in an argument. So like I had my theory and then we went. It might be anecdotal, okay? It was just one park that we went to. Maybe that's just a nasty park.
Yeah, no, I've
or
seen like nasty public pools. Like, most public pools outside I've seen are pretty nasty.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
and that's why I just invoked that. I didn't know, like, go check your community center. Like, they need resources. Maybe more people going there gives them more resources. I don't know, but
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I've seen some really fucking busy ones that are really gross.
I'm just trying to just don't count me in. I remember you were telling me we talking about swimming sometime, and you were like, "Oh, let's bike to Lakeshore and go there." I was like, "Yeah, count me out of that."
That one actually, I think, is nicer because it's like connected to like a private club or something.
No, nigga, it's open.
No, it's public.
That one's a public one too?
Like,
Okay.
I know the
But
club
I know
you're
there's like a
thinking
club
about.
right next
No,
to it.
that
man,
club will
look,
have a private pool.
I
for sure.
learned how to swim in fucking China. They were not public pools, but I guarantee you they were way grosser than our public pools. So I guess my tolerance for gross shit in a swimming setting is just higher.
But Luke, that was 21 years
Yeah,
ago.
like how old are you?
I was a kid back
Yeah,
then.
like
But I'm telling you, like people were.
25. No, you're not. Don't let me age you. Minimum like 22, 23
Yeah, but I'm
years
just
ago.
saying, like back then, like people were literally shitting in these pools.
Yeah, but you were a kid.
Like, I knew for a fact
You were one of the ones
You were
shitting in the pool.
the people shitting in the pools now are kids, and you're probably one of those because they're like, I want to go where all the kids are and do
Yeah,
what all the
fair
kids
enough,
are
fair
doing.
enough,
Now as an
fair
adult,
enough,
I'm like, I want to stay away from where
I'm
the
just like,
kids
I
are.
think it's okay. I don't think people are like shitting in pools, but like
They're not shitting.
I think if you go to a private pool, people are still doing gross stuff in there. There's just less of them.
No, they're also cleaning it more frequently.
Well,
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You know what? Like,
they're cleaning it more.
listen, that's not the point. We don't need to talk about fucking
like
swimming.
the
okay?
pools at like these like buildings, like the residential buildings that you go to. They're always clean.
Yeah,
The
a
ones
lot
at
better.
spas are always clean.
A lot better. Yeah, it's very nice.
Clean
one.
ass pool.
Yeah, people don't
fair.
even go there in there that much.
No, like there was quite a few people that were in there when I went. Yeah, people come in and go out.
Yeah, they come in and go out.
But
Yeah,
they're
it's-
clean.
yeah.
You know, always clean.
Okay.
Um,
All right, you're right. I will shell extra money to go swimming in a non-public setting.
Thank you.
I haven't. I don't know when was the last time I swam.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You
Like-
spend a lot of money doing like, like cold plunges and
Fair
hot
enough, yeah.
saunas. I'd say just like 10% of that budget. Which
I don't spend a lot of money
I'm
on
joking.
that.
I'm teasing.
No,
you don't.
it's whenever it's around.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
when you want to do something like that, like
Yes.
you fork out. But yes, talk about the portage.
But yes. So yeah.
Sorry.
The life jacket thing.
Yeah, it's a life jacket.
But yeah, it was a very fun portage. I would say. Do you feel like you enjoyed it more or less than the first one? Like, what is your thought process there?
I think I enjoyed this more because mentally I was there.
Yeah, you knew like
mentally I was like, I feel like like when you're surprised by, and like we went with a couple other people, and like I remember one of them was telling me, Levi was like, man, like I thought like we were gonna enjoy this, but this has been brutal. And I was like, I feel like Peter should have warned you about this, or maybe we should have.
we kind of knew. Yeah,
Let me tell you about 2023.
Do you get what I mean?
tell you
And
about
so,
that.
like, no, but like, I got what he meant because, like, I was like, I don't know, Luke, what
expectation
was-
setting.
Yeah, expectation setting. And Luke, what was the name of the thing that you let us use? The tape.
Oh, the athletic tape.
Like,
Yeah.
like I was using athletic tape athletic tape the first time in my life because I was like, yo, like at this point, like I'll try whatever to reduce the pain.
Did you demand an apology? Because you know he's definitely clowned you for wearing athletic tape in the
Have
house
you?
before.
I don't think I have.
I don't remember.
It sounds like something I would clown.
It does sound like something.
Like,
I would
it
do.
sounds
I
like
don't
coffee
remember.
too.
Yeah.
Like last time it was coffee. He had coffee when he usually doesn't have coffee. Now it's the athletic.
We brought tea this time though.
Yeah,
Like we were
Okay, that's
prepped.
good.
Very
So we
clutch.
brought any coffee this time.
No, I did not have a single drop of coffee. And the guys were actually very tolerant of me drinking tea because the guys would make coffee. They'd finish their coffee and I'd be like, oh,
Waiting
wait,
for my
was there,
tea to
was
steep.
there, no, I'll be like, wait, is there tea? Can I still make tea? And like, we're running late. And,
Yeah.
and I feel bad. And then Peter would be like, yeah, yeah, no worry, we got you. Like we'll make your tea.
We always have time.
Yeah, we'll always have time to make tea. But yeah, all of this to say, like, I think it was better just because like mentally, like I was ready for that. Like, you know, like, and like I feel like a portage is just like a very intense way to get to know people really, really well.
Yeah.
But like in a great way, because like we're all just kind of like working together, and it's like you're fucking paddling for hours in the canoe. Like you said, you're talking to Levi about how we met, about like, you know, you're just talking about a bunch of random things. So really enjoyed that. Like I enjoyed the peace and the quiet, man.
Very nice.
Oh,
Unless you were in Carson's boat.
Okay. I won't lie. Love you, Carson. But yeah, no, he kept, you know, and I was like, that's cool. You know, like for some people just need that.
What,
you know,
like, yapper?
Yeah. Like
okay.
About like one, like yes, and also about like a very specific subject area. Like,
That we're not allowed to say on the pod?
No, we can't. Yeah, it was like him like skiing out west or,
either that or jump factor.
Or jump, it was the two. It was jump factor or him skiing out, like all the like the levels of
crazy shit
and like the crazy shit that he's done and how much he's invested in like all of his was it ski or snowboarding,
yeah,
and then snowboarding equipment and escapades. But like he's a cool guy, but like sometimes I just want to paddle and like be in my head. And like, you know, with him, you just have to be engaged in a conversation. Besides the point, enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the fall colors. I didn't know I was a nature guy until then. I was like, oh fuck, no, this is actually like really, really beautiful. I was like, oh, look at the gradient from like the reds to the oranges to the yellows, and like the greens like right below it. Like that was beautiful. The weather was also pretty good. There was no like crazy.
Incredible.
There was the end of the like one of those days, second to the last, like not the day we went home, but the day before. Remember, it was when we went to before we did Tom Thompson. It was the lake before Tom Thompson.
Oh yeah, I still felt the last day was a little bit worse than that.
Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, the last day was bad. Like all of this to say, we didn't even have to deal with wind like that much.
Yeah,
like,
it was very.
It was super still waters. Like we're just paddling away. That was good. I think I forgot how hard the floor was. That was a rude awakening. It was like, oh, my right hip hurts. Okay, turn to my left hip. Okay, my left hip hurts. Okay, back to my back. Now my back hurts. Okay, my right hip should be much better now. Okay, back to the right hip.
It was actually funny. The first time we went portaging a few years ago, I remember the first night we like set up the tent on a hill, like a slant.
We had to do that this time.
There was no other place to put it because everything was like really rough terrain. And that was like the most uncomfortable sleep I've ever had. It was just like on an angle, like angling down.
Yeah, I forgot about that completely. And like moving forward, because I want to do this again next year. I'm gonna shell out a couple more dollars, go back to Mech and get my own pad. Yeah, like an inflatable pad. Like you get what I mean? Like it's needed.
We can do it. Newfoundland 2026.
Okay, we need to discuss the logistics of that, but yeah, of course.
But you're right in the sense of like there's a couple of things I think that like just made the trip a little bit more comfortable because like we knew what to expect, and it actually like I think like for both me and you, we were kind of thinking about the worst case scenario, and it was way better than the worst case scenario. Yeah. So it's like it was just a net positive in that sense. Yeah, you're right. Like the fall colors, that part was. It was really beautiful. I was genuinely very surprised. And I kind of loved how there wasn't many bugs. I don't know if I would like want to for sure go back the same season just because next time we go, it might be incredibly cold.
Yeah.
But like, that was my favorite part. I was like, holy fuck, I'm not worried about like literally opening the tent and like sprinting out and closing it as soon as possible.
That's true.
Because the mosquitoes going to fly in and all of that stuff. So it was great. I will say, I never knew, how great of engineers beavers were. There was a day where these beavers were really like causing us a terrible time because there were so many dams. And this whole time, every time we get to a dam, I'm always like taken aback of, I was like, man, like an animal just made this. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how long it takes to make a dam like that or whatever, but I was like, damn, like if a beaver can make one of these, we can make the fucking Great Pyramid of Gaza.
Yeah, and it was funny because I remember like we would try and like smash through Giza. What is that, Gaza?
I said Gaza.
Yeah. Gaza wishes they had pyramids.
I was gonna say it'd be a different world we're living in today.
Yeah, no, but I was gonna say like, and they're sturdy. They're like actual bridges because There's more than a couple times like we would try and smash through. Never worked. Like not once. Not once.
You guys tried to smash through.
Not like you know,
natural
like
habitat.
like you know, like pick up speed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's always one part where there's like more water flowing than
The weak spot.
Yeah, the weak spot.
Yeah.
There's like pick up speed. And like gun through it.
Sound any better when you say it that way.
Yeah, no, never worked. Never. There was a time on the 3-man. There was a time like I made like, you know, it's like my like the front, the bow. Yeah, the bow of the canoe just like you know, just
And it would
crossed
just
over.
get stuck in
like
the
it
middle.
just gets, and that was it. And I was like, well, this is the closest we got, you know. Like I'll get out, like not on the like other side of the bridge, but I can stretch my legs and, you know, make it on the other side. But yeah, that was great. And we saw a beaver. I think
we did. Yeah, we saw a beaver.
We saw a beaver like mate with
Fat
a
guy.
vine in his in his
Fat
mouth.
boy.
Yeah, just doing that. It's fun.
Oof.
Dead
Yeah.
moose.
Oh yeah, we saw a dead moose. It was in a winding ravine.
Yeah.
So like we really had no time to brace for this moose.
No.
I don't know how you guys kind of saw it, but like literally like we're kind of like we're in the 3-man canoe and we're like kind of turning around a corner and then I see the
Antler.
tip of an antler through the trees. And actually no one in our boat says anything until like we get way past it. Cause
Really?
like I see it and then in my mind I'm like, is that a live moose? Cause I'm like,
You're screwed.
Cause in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, we're about to like maybe like at minimum capsize. Like that was my thought. And then we turn around and then I notice like it's halfway submerged in and there's like a ton of bugs around it. And I was like, oh shit, it's like a dead moose. And then our boat is like drifting straight towards it. And Levi,
Yeah, it was, yeah.
without saying a thing, kind of like just swerves us. And dude, we get so close to it. Like I was in the middle and I was here. It was like right here next to me.
Same.
And none of us said anything. And we just kept like paddle past it. And then when we were like maybe like 10 meters away from it, we were like, so that was something. And then like, cause it was very eerie, man. Like
Yeah, it was.
it's like, I don't know how to explain
it was a stinky, like weird swamp.
Yeah.
Like I can't describe being in a swamp unless someone's in a swamp, right?
Yeah, it's
and
impossible.
then there's just like a dead moose, like at a corner, like just there, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, you know, like is there like black magic? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like it was eerie. You're right. Eerie is the word. And I was shocked by it because I was like in the boat, like I was sitting in the front, and like I don't know what I was doing, but I wasn't like paying attention, like probably in my head. And all of a sudden, I'm face to face with this giant. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck, a moose? This is dead moose.
Yeah.
And Peter's like a moose. I'm like, yeah, turn.
You guys at least had the communication down. If Levi didn't do it, we would have just slammed into it. Like honestly,
I was shook and I was like, turn. And Peter's like, what the fuck, a moose? And then like he's behind me and then he saw. I was like, ah. But yeah, no, it was amazing, and like we saw so many people.
Yeah, a lot more people.
A lot more people than we saw the last time, which was kind of cool, but also a little annoying. I think cool in the sense where it's like, oh, it's like people doing this trip. We saw a couple, like, you know, it's like I got to see people like us or maybe like Peter.
Yeah, more like Peter. Definitely more like Peter.
More people like Peter, not necessarily like me or Luke. But and like it was like kind of like, okay, so these are the type of people that come on like portage, and some people are like, yo, we've been doing this for like years, like older dudes, like, oh, like 10 years, like, oh, how did you discover this route? Like, how long have you guys been going on this route?
Yep.
Like, and I'm like, geez, okay, like
First timers.
yeah, this is like a thing for you guys, and it was also not cool because it's like, and we didn't have to deal with this. Like, you know, some people like quiet. I happen to be one of those, but like, you know, like there's campsites. None of the campsites were really close, but there was like a lake that we went to, I think on like day 2, where it was like on that lake, like every campsite was occupied.
Yeah, there was like lights everywhere.
Like lights everywhere.
It did give a tiny bit less of a serene kind of like vibe, but like no, overall it was very nice. I would say like to your point, like the highlight was probably the most memorable part was probably the dead moose. It is like hard to describe, but it's like when you see a dead animal that's like that big, there is like absolutely a eerie feeling. Like you don't get that feeling when you see like a dead like
mouse,
or like a bird or something. It just feels like not that like you're in danger, but it's you're like whoa, like this thing like passed away, and it's like
So the thing that did that to it could do that to me.
right,
At
yeah,
least for me.
Or it was a
yeah.
natural death.
Or it was a
Or
natural
was it-
death. Yeah.
because the
Sometimes
next
they just keel over and just die where they're standing.
Yeah,
Or get
well,
dragged
half of
down.
it was gone.
Yeah.
So like interesting, and like my immediate question to Peter
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
like
"What do you think
backside
happened?"
was gone.
Yeah, his,
yeah.
his whole backside, like a back trunk.
I'll tell you what potentially happened.
Okay,
Potentially, 3 individuals named Luke, Dolapo, and Aria.
there you go. Yes,
And a few other guys may have gone together and organized themselves and created a game plan to take this moose down.
if I was a part of this group, then we definitely succeeded.
You were definitely a part of this group.
Okay,
and that's
so
why
then-
it was successful.
Exactly.
That's why you saw the moose in another lifetime, right?
And Luke, why is Luke covering his face? I feel like
Because we did an analysis on
okay
this.
for our audience, Luke doesn't believe in me, like not at all. Like
Ask the audience
first
the
of all-
question.
First of
Ask
all,
the audience the
wait,
question.
I want to take a step back because this situation has clearly changed at like the dinner table or something with much more people. Dolapo made the statement that barehanded.
I didn't say barehanded.
Barehanded against a growing
I said
moose.
with the axe.
No, hold on. Before then, you completely doubted the physical ability of the moose.
Okay,
You had no idea.
no,
And that's okay. You've since adjusted. I'll give you credit for that,
I've
right?
since adjusted.
So yeah, originally, he was like, well, how bad can it be?
Yeah,
And
you were-
like,
yeah, fair
and then
enough,
we started
fair
giving
enough,
him
yeah.
shit, and he's
Yeah.
like, okay, an axe. Okay, fine, whatever.
I didn't say
An axe. Yeah,
I
like,
didn't start.
there you go, I'll take it with an axe.
I didn't start barehanded, guys. Come on.
I do
No,
remember.
you just didn't. You start with nothing though, like because you
Per
were
usual.
like, wow, how bad can it fucking be? Like, I'll just scream at it.
I do remember a
No,
specific
come on.
statement that was made, which was, Dolapo, do you know that they take like a whole group of native like boys to go like as a group to go and hunt this thing? And your response was something akin to, well, the moose has never seen there's never been a record of a Nigerian man in a
African,
moose.
yeah. African,
D's main argument and everything is I'm African.
yes. People,
His number one is go to it. Okay, well, I'm African.
I mean,
so-
Nigerian man. Okay, it is an advantage, and I will use it. I will use it against animals, not against humans. Maybe some humans.
Okay, so Dolapo, now that we've gone here, I want you to break
Wait,
down
wait.
your game plan.
No,
You should- you
okay,
should
it's fine.
pose the question first.
Okay.
Okay. The folks at home really don't know what we're talking
Okay,
about.
okay. So this is all this talk, like seeing a moose, a dead moose. Obviously, it woke up the inner warrior in me. Let me just say it like that.
I regret asking you to explain this.
I just
I
for
regret
our
this
viewers,
so
just pay
much.
attention to Luke, this whole conversation. Okay, so I see that, and like now I'm asking a bunch of questions about moose. Okay, because like Nigerian man, he moved to Canada. It's fucking cold, great. Okay, and then like moose is like just like the thing here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like moose is it's like one of the Canadian things. And I didn't know a lot about them. I didn't know they were herbivores. Okay. And I won't lie. I usually think herbivores are bitches. So that is where my initial like hubris came from.
Wait,
where I
sorry.
was like,
Just quick question.
Yeah.
Are there not elephants in Africa?
are they herbivores?
There are.
They don't eat meat.
Okay.
I'll tell you
see,
right now, they
this-
kill meat. They don't eat it.
You learn something every day. Like, some things get reinforced. Like, I know about elephants, but I
Okay.
wasn't thinking about elephants and meat. But I was thinking, like,
Hippos as well.
no, hippos will fuck you up.
Yeah,
One of the most dangerous-
Rhinos are also herbivores.
Okay, so apparently the guys are telling me herbivores aren't bitches. I like lesson learned.
You can go tell a rhino to the face they're a bitch.
Okay,
It won't end well for you. I'm telling you right now.
I'm just saying where this came from. And the title of this message, I said the message. The title of this episode could be "Is a Moose a Bitch?"
Is a moose a bitch against the law?
Found out the hard way, but yeah. So I find out they're herbivores. I found out they can swim.
Yes,
In fact,
which is
find
crazy.
a video. Found a video in Algonquin of them swimming like the day after we left, and then like instantly, I'm like, all right, like what does it take to kill one? Okay, and we just had this whole.
That's his knee-jerk reaction.
I need to assert my
Instantly,
He did say his
what does it
hunter
take to
awoken.
kill one?
my warrior.
No,
His,
no, no.
his warrior awoken.
This only
yeah.
came up because you saw one dead.
Yes.
And you're like, what went into that? What
Yes.
was the work required to do that?
Yes. Yes.
That's
That's what came. And
You're not instinctively a killer. I'm helping you out here right now.
no, I'm not. I'm not violent at all. My friends will tell you I'm probably the bitch.
He's the least violent person in this entire house, I'm pretty sure.
Probably. Well,
that's how you know, like, he has more aggression, because they do say
Because it's repressed.
fear a peaceful man when he comes into combat,
there we
right?
go.
So
whatever Luke says, that's the person. Anyways, so thinking about this, and I'm like, all right, cool. We know how many people it'll take to fucking kill a bear. We need Chris Jones and a couple more NFL players.
we need 100 men.
Yeah, that was the conclusion. I was like, all right, I think I could take a moose, right? Like, as an African man, okay, I have some genes, Nigerian man specifically, from the Southwest. I have some genes that, fast twitch, quick,
Okay.
like fucking muscles everywhere, built like a god. Like, we can take these niggas. But I have since been spoken to, obviously, like, did some more research, become more knowledgeable on the subject.
A
And
moose has a separation layer of about 6 inches in the winter.
Which is
from the
actually
outside of
insane.
their skin to where their meat starts.
That's like
That's
bigger
pretty
than most niggas' dicks. Like, literally. Most, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say.
like that's like insane that their hide is like, and their skin is like 6 inches thick. But I was just like, okay, remix. I think 5 people. Let's just say me, Luke, Arya. Peter has to be included. Shout out Peter, our guy. And someone probably, I don't know. I feel like Carson.
We'll make a wild card. We don't have to give him a
wild
name.
card. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I think 5 of us with 5 paddles or oars, if you're from the UK, and an axe.
The same English.
2 pocket knives.
And 2 pocket. Okay. Take out the pocket knives. We know pocket knives
The
aren't
pocket
gonna work.
knives are absolutely useless.
Okay,
The
yes.
thickness of the hide is the
No, we-
length of the
we-
entire pocket knife.
We need the pocket knives for
what?
production.
True.
For
We do
production.
keep the pocket knives. Everyone
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Actually, if you don't have a pocket knife, you're not allowed on this mission. There you go. Like, simple. If you don't have a pocket knife,
I
you're not
think-
allowed to get on this mission.
I think
wait, I'm almost done. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't cut me off. I know I'm long-winded. I'm sorry. I'm going off.
This
But-
is funny.
But the pocket knives, the oars, and you make spears. So shout out to Luke.
Okay.
Obviously, Luke has been informing me about my hubris and, like, he's like, dude, you're gonna die. Blah blah blah. Cool. All right, just tell me how to win. Tell me.
Everybody is telling you you're gonna die. It's not just Luke.
I'm like, don't tell me I'm gonna die. Tell me how to beat the moose. Okay.
Okay.
And apparently spears are the way to go. But I think if 5 of us can encircle the moose,
Okay.
2 people become distraction team. I volunteer myself to be part of the lead of the distraction team. Like, give me an oar and give me a sharp object. And I think I can do a great job with somebody else. Maybe Arya kind of volunteered. And both of us distract the moose. And I need a fucking stone cold killer. Okay? You're going to
ram
be
a spear up the moose's ass.
ram it wherever is going to kill it. I don't like
There's no skin.
Is that from Grok or is that from you?
What do you mean? There's an asshole, so like clearly
Alright,
there's
there we
no,
go,
like,
there we
you know
go.
what I mean?
That's
Like,
a part of the
that's from
conversation
Grok.
we're in.
hole is in the name of the body part. So
Okay. All right. So
by the way, I just want to like Luke did a whole strategy breakdown on Grok.
Okay.
And you can explain it, but I was validated.
okay, I
was
don't
validated
want
in my strategy.
I wanted to come with the off the cuff instinctual Nigerian man
Okay.
warrior mentality, and then Luke can be like, "That's a bunch of hubris. You're an idiot. This is the way we get it done. Let's go."
Like
So-
phase 3 on Grok is post kill management.
Yeah. So
See, stone
I hate
cold killer.
this. We'll put
Yeah,
up
so-
screenshots of what Grok's answer was in the
4 to
in the
5
video.
tanks. What the fuck?
yeah. So basically, like, it really like breaks down this into a few roles in Dolapo. The be all end all is you got most of it correct.
Nice. Let's go.
Like, I think like your thought process about distracting the moose and then like basically like killing it with like a few other personnel is correct. I think that the main difference is one, Ario was correct in the sense of like the distractor probably shouldn't have an oar and a sharp object. He should probably just be light on his feet with like rocks and stuff
okay.
to kind of like,
Small, heavy
you know what I mean? Like
projectiles.
you
cheap resources that you can throw away.
Okay. Fair
exactly,
enough.
exactly.
Because I
think
see they have to be lightest and the fittest.
exactly because I think the key
So not Aria.
here is the moose.
Yeah.
The moose is fast vertically.
Definitely not the latest.
I think of the three of us, you might be though.
Luke,
Yeah, you might be-
How much you weigh?
Don't.
Me? Like I'm like 175.
Yeah, I'm heavier.
Oh, okay. Damn, Luke. Really? Good for you.
Wait, is that? I thought 175 was
I'm
pretty
trying to
heavy.
build like
pretty
you,
heavy.
bro. Oh,
Pretty heavy.
175?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be 175.
Oh, okay.
I'm
you're
a little
giant.
fat.
You're also taller than us.
Okay, fair.
Okay, so first of all, in this
Sorry.
scenario, I'm thinking about our old portage crew, so I nominate Case for this. I think Case is the distraction. I think Case is
I
going
feel
to be
like Case should
shadowboxing
not
in the
come
middle
for
of the
this
forest.
mission. I love you,
Case is
Case.
gonna have his like little mini like fishing
Bow and
string.
arrow.
You're gonna be like, caught the eye. Let's go.
Case, for you and your family's safety, I think you can sit this one out.
Okay,
let's get someone else.
But did you see his katana swing in Japan?
Huh?
Did you see his katana swing in Japan? He might be able to take on the moose by
I
himself.
did not see the katana swing, but I would love to see that. But continue. Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, so it goes to say we should use the axes to craft spears, but we should also convert the paddles into clubs/bludgeoning weapons.
There we go. I knew that was what the paddles like. Just fucking use it to hit it in the face. Just
Okay.
hit the fucking move.
So then we use that. We set up. So Grok actually goes above because it says we should use our tents to set up rallying points.
Oh.
So we first create these rallying points, and then basically it has the TLDR of the scenario that I read is we have to route the moose into like an area where it can't like
Oh, like an ambush.
yeah like a small stream,
If they
for
ambush
example, where it's like not very deep. So it can't like swim away, but it can't run easily. So it suggests that we use like a canoe to route the moose, because when it looks at this big object, it's like it might think of us as like a big animal or something,
Okay.
and perceive us as more of a threat. It gets routed into this thing. That's when the distractor guy comes into play with the rocks, and then the rest of us come in basically
Like
with
you
with
flank.
spears.
You have to flank. Like
Yeah.
flanking is the winning methodology here.
It's also important to note that they recommend hit and retreat. So it does not sound like we will be killing this moose quickly.
No.
It sounds like we will be brutalizing this moose.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
For a
Which
long
is
possible
the way
to
it should
kill
be done.
quickly.
Well, with a gun.
Yeah, are we allowed to bring a gun in this case?
Okay, you know what?
feel like
I will
then
give you
it's
that
just
a
like one
Nigerian
guy is
man can
enough.
probably take down a moose with a gun.
Yeah, there you go.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, you have a gun, sure. Your African ancestors definitely did not have guns.
Yeah, but guess what? I live in the 21st century. I don't live in the ancestral time. So like, but no, I wanted the whole point was not doing this with a gun.
Yeah.
I was just like, you can do it quickly if you have a gun.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, I like the ore idea to bludgeon the moose. And no mooses were harmed during the shooting of this podcast.
Well, there was a moose that was harmed, just not
Their
by
feelings
us.
have definitely been harmed.
Yeah.
If they ever listen.
Well, I tell people anytime I'm trying to pass a message across, and they're like, "Oh, well, my feelings are hurt, so I'm not going to listen to you." Grow up here, okay?
I'm really glad this is in 2020. It's like a lot harder to get canceled these days.
Amazing,
Those days
amazing.
are kind of over. Well, knock on some wood, I guess.
Oh,
somewhere.
jeez. All right, I'm doing the most.
I think the actual conclusion is Dolapo, who currently, as of 2025, in October, is unable to swim in a stream. Witnessed the moose's corpse, and the first thought that he had was, "I could do that."
That's crazy. Actually, yeah, neat. Like your survival skills are what? Because you can't swim.
No.
But you're like, I'm gonna take that
Yeah.
moose.
Technically,
I
the
know,
moose could just
they're
swim to the-
unrelated skills, but generally they're outdoorsy skills. So.
It's 100% hubris and confidence. Let's go.
But see, this is the difference.
It's 100% hubris and confidence, but most people don't have that. They have
Okay, so-
everything else, and they don't have that.
My follow up question to this is: if you were in that native
wait,
tribe,
sorry. Yeah, who's the Nigerian man? We found the one who invented the world's fastest canoe.
No, we're not giving this guy.
That's also
father of the
completely
internet.
based on hubris and confidence. as well.
That guy does not deserve any
That was
publicity.
his philosophy too, though.
No.
I'm telling you right now, his philosophy was hubris and confidence.
And in fairness to him, like,
but I don't think he was
worked-
very self aware.
no, I was, and like, I'm not trying to scam people. I'm trying to kill something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, if anything, if Dolapo's goals come through, he's actually like in harm. Like he's gonna have to fight a moose.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
like mine
That
is.
save right there, that just saved your entire people's like perception online currently from our
Oh,
viewers.
man.
Like, yeah, like you keep trying to fucking. Yes,
One
I'm
day
Nigerian.
I'll bring it up. One day I'll bring
I'm Nigerian. I happen to hate scamming. I've gotten scammed by Nigerians before, so I don't cause. I've been laughed
Friendly
at.
fire.
This is the thing about scam. There's no honor amongst thieves. Okay.
Wait, can I-
scarcity mindset to the max.
Sorry, this
Go
is a
ahead.
follow-up question. Is it harder for a Nigerian to scam a Nigerian or a non-Nigerian?
I don't know, it was pretty easy with D. I'm not gonna lie.
So I was gonna say, like,
no, it wasn't.
It wasn't that easy. I think
Nigerians only scam people they know, not like the people they don't know.
no. If a Nigerian is scamming a Nigerian, they're gonna scam someone they know.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
But if it's a foreigner, it's anybody.
But if it's
can
a
get it.
foreigner, yeah, like anybody can get it. So like, I think like, in a sense, maybe scamming another Nigerian is a little like harder because you have to build. Like Nigerians are, I won't say we're skeptical of each other, but like, you know, like we're weary. Like, you know,
Sure,
we just
yeah.
understand like
the potential.
the potential.
I love
You know what I mean?
euphemisms as well.
Sorry,
I love euphemisms too.
what's that?
You said wary instead of skeptical.
Oh, well, this is yeah, fair enough. Whatever. I'm not grammar. You
It doesn't matter.
figure it out. But yeah, it's like I think just in that sense, it's a little harder, just because a Nigerian's antenna is up a little bit. Yeah,
Fair enough. And then you have to disarm it by, literally scamming someone.
yeah, Brand, it's fucked, dude. Like, so yeah, fuck Nigerian scammers. Fuck those that scam Nigerians. Like, you know, like it's not the way to go. I'll never co-sign, endorse, or platform that. That's why that guy should not be spoken about.
So
again.
All right, Fran, what do you think? What do you think that man's life philosophy is?
Man, fake it till I
In
make
10
it.
words or less, what do you think his life philosophy is?
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's 6.
no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not bad.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. What is your life philosophy, Luke?
In 10 words or less?
Yeah.
Do we want to get to that today?
Let's
we
get
still
to
have,
it.
we could,
you know,
yeah.
That was
that's
a beautiful
perfect,
transition, and
Yeah.
you're just
I
like,
know, don't ruin that for me because
do
like
we wanna
I
get
did
to
really
that?
good with that one.
Yeah,
I was
caught on.
Yeah,
I was gonna transition it to this headliner topic, but that's
the
that's
kidnapped
all
So
good.
we're so past that
'Cause I
right
was-
now. But
Yeah,
there's
like-
20 minutes left in the episode.
I was gonna say like we've already talked through enough bullshit. Like let's do something.
we can come back to that if we have time later.
We can save it for later. Let's talk like let's give some substance. you know?
I don't know. I think I actually wrote it down the day I fucking planned this topic. Did I put it here? Yeah. I said do hard things for people, not materials, and death is inevitable.
That's way more than 10
That's
words.
10 words exactly.
Is it? Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually
Do you
legit.
wanna-
10 words
Do you want
exactly.
to explain
Do
it
you
to
wanna
us?
talk-
Yeah, break
talk
it down
us
for
through?
us.
I feel like my life philosophy is about like one doing like it's important to like do lots of different things, and things that matter are usually difficult for you. Like I think like the things that matter to you will probably be difficult for you because if you desire something like it's because you don't currently have it. And if you want to accomplish anything new, it means you want to do something outside of your current scope, right? So it's like if you're a person that continues to grow and learn and things like that, you're always going to be doing hard things because you're a person that continues to push your boundaries. And I think like building off of that, I was like, well, it's important to push your boundaries for good reasons and not bad reasons. And I think good reasons are like doing things for people or ideas or like any abstract thing that I think is worth doing something for is always connected to people. Like if you do it for a mission or a purpose or an idea, it's usually connected to people. And then I also say death is inevitable because it's like, to me, like that's kind of like the be all end all of like don't take things too seriously, enjoy things as they come, like you will die. You know what I mean? I've tried to write like a different version of it, but like I haven't. Like most of them I just kind of leave it as such.
No,
so.
and I know
No.
death was like, or at least in past conversations we've had, death has been like a big topic for you. At least
Yeah.
something that you've like come to terms with like a lot, especially like through uni and like now in like this later stage of life is something that you've reconciled with a lot, or at least that's just
Yeah.
from what you said.
I just like I've always thought about like I feel like one of my first conscious thoughts as like a kid growing up in China under my grandfather was like me realizing one day I will die. Like I don't know like how to like voice that properly. I think when I
Coming
was
to terms with your own mortality,
right, like it was more so even just thinking like I think the way I framed it when I was really really young is like one day I won't be able to like watch cartoons. Like straight up, like I was thinking about like because I think I had this thought with like at the end of this season, and then they were canceling the show or some shit, and I was like, oh wow, like every year before this, I watched to the end of the season, and there was like another season, but now it's like just over.
It's funny that death is not the reason that you stop watching cartoons, but rather taxes and bills and other adult things.
Profitability, growth rate.
I'm like, that's not what killed your cartoons, but
that did make me think
the
of
other most definite thing in the world definitely did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
I really like that philosophy.
Yeah.
I think it encapsulates a lot of different elements, especially about like who you are, the type of person that you are. I think it's very fitting.
What about you? You go.
I actually had to think about this for a little while. And maybe you guys can tell me if this makes sense, but I think it was like 9 words. I'm trying to remember it properly because I didn't write it. But definitely think deeply.
Okay.
Not definitely.
Okay.
Just think deeply. Move intentionally. Leave everything better than how you found it.
This is like 11, but
Yeah,
sure.
something. I think I might have added an extra word in there or something. I don't know. I feel like I think a lot.
Wait, say it again.
Think deeply, move intentionally, leave things better than you found them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's 10 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Leave things better than how it was found, when you found, whatever. You guys get what I'm trying to say. That's about 10 words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot. And although maybe not every thought is deep, they usually lead to another and another and another and another. So perhaps maybe looking at one thought, and this is just for anyone who's maybe, trying to think about or struggle with having depth to their conversations, to their philosophy, trying to break complicated things down. Not everything has to be super deep, but when you put a thought together from a string of other thoughts, eventually it has no choice but to be deep, because all you're going to have is the end product. And when you peel back those layers, it's going to go deep, and you didn't really have to do much to get that, right? But the depth comes from the intention, not necessarily from the intrinsic value of the thought itself, right? It's what led to this point. Complexity, depth equals complexity equals depth in many cases. Yeah, and I think on like building on that, to think is one thing, right? But then to do something with those thoughts, you need to be really intentional. So that's why I like to think, but I often find myself feeling very self-conscious and anxious when I just think and nothing else comes of it. So I think in having intention as a part of that or wrapped into that, at least really crucial for me, or is something that is constantly top of mind, because I've spent years just struggling with anxiety and, not doing things based on my thoughts. And it's a fear, it's an insecurity. So it's definitely at the forefront of a lot of my philosophy is whatever I do is resulting from a thought, is resulting from something that I wanted. So, being intentional, yeah, you're going to be on autopilot sometimes, but the reality is, on the grand scheme of things, you're probably pretty intentional, because you really have no choice but to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not doing what it is that you want to do, one of my philosophies separate from this is that you are generally doing what it is that you want to do. If you feel like you're not, is maybe because you don't have an alignment on what you actually want, right? But you generally are going to do what you want. If you want to just chill and like play video games and not like build your corporate career all too much, that's fine. That's a life that a lot of people live, and it's completely okay, right? But it seems like you maybe want to do that because you're doing that every single day, or like at least that's what I was telling myself, when I was kind of that. And now it's different. Naturally, you will always end up doing what it is that you want to do. So moving intentionally is just something that I think everything I do, I want to just do intentionally. And then, I don't know. I was at a loss for a few other words. I think leave things better than you found is actually pretty critical for my overall philosophy. I don't set like crazy expectations for myself. I don't say like, oh, I need to, this is this KPI for this X new project that I'm doing. Like I need to like hit this or whatever it is. Right. But it's small incremental gains that are gonna propel you and give you the momentum you need to develop more thoughts, to develop more intention, to actually like build the thing that you want to build. Right. So I think it's important to try new things, which is also one of the reasons why that thing is in there. Right. Because sometimes it's definitely possible to try something and crash and burn, but that doesn't mean you left that sport worse than you found, right? because a lot of it has to do with the philosophy you go into it, right? Like if I were to go and play pickleball, I'll probably be really bad at it, right? I wouldn't really know what to do. But I'm going to think really deeply about it. I'm going to be very intentional about it. I'm going to be really respectful too when it comes time to playing. I'm going to respect the people who gave me their opinions. I'm going to go try it, and I'm going to put good energy into this sport, or I'm going to do it how it was supposed to be done with integrity. And that is my contribution to the sport. Now, I may not have pushed it forward in a meaningful way, but I left it better than I found it. I didn't disrespect it. I didn't, throw dirt on it or anything like that. I did my best. And I think generally when you do your best, you can leave things better than you found. Maybe there are some outliers that will prove me wrong on that, but at least this is my intention, or this is when I go into things, I would like to do this, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I find comfort if I know I thought about something, I did it intentionally. I tried to make it better than when I.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. I think I resonated with the last one because my dad was big on that, like living things better, like leaving things in a better state than you found it. It's like, oh, like the easy one is like, oh, like this, like you left your socks. Someone left the socks,
dishes.
like or the dishes. It's like, don't just like look at it or complain, which I tend to do. It's like he'd be like
solve the problem.
Solve the problem.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And like that's like a big deal, and like and like it's always like the tiny things in life where it's like you see a problem, you can do your best to solve the problem, and then like you can make so that's kind of how that leaving things better than you found it resonate.
And it's fun as well. Like when you because if it's someone who enjoys solving problems, this philosophy means you'll never run out of things to do. You'll never run out of joy to find in the world, right? Yeah. There's always going to be a problem to solve.
Yeah.
And if you really want to, you can take your shot at pretty much anything.
Yeah, and I like Luke's too. I mean, like the inevitability of death is a huge impact on my life. Like, I mean, like I would say my adulting. Honestly, I think that helps stunt my my growth and my maturity, if that makes sense. So, not something I think top of mind, but something that's definitely had a big impact and resonate. I think for me, my life philosophy is I create my reality. Like, it's pretty simple. That's all it is. I tend to ascribe maybe a little bit too much credit to myself for the things that happen to me, and maybe give myself a little bit too much blame for the things that happen to me as well. It's a sword that I have found cuts both ways, right? But I just prefer it that way, right? Like it, it's very similar to living intentionally. I think I believe very much in visualizing, and I think I'm extremely ambitious and aspiring for things, but that just kind of comes back to that's just the reality I want for myself. Ideally, I'd want a reality where I can kill a moose. It might not be, but who knows?
I mean, this episode is a version of reality, and you've brought the topic to the table.
I've created it. I put it out
in one way or another. You figure you did it.
I put it out in the universe, and if I'm ever in front of a moose, at least I know a couple things to do now, and I doubt that's gonna happen.
I like how this also begs the question of what is reality. You don't pigeonhole yourself with what reality is.
I don't pigeonhole. Like, I mean, and you guys know me.
He creates it, so it's like it's anything he wants.
There we go. Like, it literally is. But I truly think, like, I'm big on visualization. I'm big on mood boarding. Like, I'm big on sticky notes, like, everywhere. I'm like, big on journaling. Like, well, I don't journal as frequently, but I have the period in my life where I do journal a lot. I think it's just like super important, just for me to understand the amount of power that I have in my own life, and just to make sure I use it, right? Because death is inevitable. You're not always going to have that power, and the extent to which you're able to do this is probably the most agency I've ever had in my life, and like I'm enjoying it, and I want to continue to enjoy it. So
use it or lose it. Applies to power, applies to everything.
And like power over my own life, not necessarily like over other people, because like I think just thinking about
the reality is you'll pick up responsibilities over time, right? And that power that you once thought you had looks different than it once did before.
Yeah, absolutely, right. And it's like, it's just agency over myself. Like, I think that's just kind of like the way I live my life. And like anytime Like it's my little mind trick when I'm in a like a tough spot. This is my fault. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do to change it? And it's like, and it also forces me to change. It's kind of like, oh, like I've been doing the same thing and I ended up here. Well, if I want to get out of here, I can't be doing the same thing again. And you know, it's just always giving myself a disproportionate amount of it's less than 10, Arya, don't worry. But,
No, I'm thinking of something else.
Okay.
I have a closing thought.
Yeah. So yeah, it's always been kind of like my guiding light and something to help me pick me up when I'm at my lowest. Just reminding myself how much influence, maybe not in the action, but certainly in the reaction. So
I think like the one thing that I see as like a trend throughout the 3 hour philosophy is like the agency and the internal locus of control at being a core tenement of like our philosophy is kind of like don't feel powerless, do not feel like resentful, regretful, do the best you can, always strive to, you know, like basically hone what you can control,
do hard things,
which I think is really important. I really like how Arya kind of had like a component that was more connected to the community, and I don't think like me and your philosophy had a dedicated like line towards
for people, not for materials. So
right, but you know
that
that could still be kind of like taken as like that's how you leverage power. You know what I mean? But like I feel like when you say something like leave things better than you found, it's like it's very much like
very broad
about like, you know, like the golden rule, like things that like really build up like humans kind of like in terms of groups and etc. Yeah, no, I thought that was really cool. Like someone asked me this on a call last week, which is why I brought this up. I had a kickoff call.
Customer?
They asked me this, and I was like, you know what? I'm not actually sure. I know, like off the top of my
think
bat.
they're offering him $1 million contract with that question?
Yeah, I'm saying,
I know. I was like, okay, but yeah, I thought it was interesting, and I honestly like this is something I'm gonna ask my girlfriend too. Like, I feel like she's gonna have a complete different answer than the three of us.
Fine. We should each ask our girlfriends.
Yeah, so we'll see what they say. Maybe that's a continuation next episode.
I'd like to, you know, bring something that you just mentioned to the table. You said, you know, there's a lot of similarities between our philosophies, and I agree. And I think there's one philosophy that we each subscribe to that we've mentioned on the podcast before that has been a core tenement of our friendship for a really long time. I don't know if you guys can guess what it is. That's what I was counting on my hands.
I can't.
Okay,
I don't
that's
know.
fine.
I have no idea.
At least 50% of everything that happens to you is your fault.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's a really good one as well. At least 50% of everything that happens to you is your fault.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be more than 50, but like, and I think that's part of the reason is your reaction to things, you know, speaks a lot to, you know, the outcome of the thing that's happened there, right? Like there's the thing that happened, and then there's your reaction to it, and then there's the fallout of the thing that happened, right? And the fallout of the thing that happened is always a function of your reaction. So when you're realistically evaluating the effects of, you know, what happened and the fallout, you have no choice but to include your reaction in it. And that's why 50% of that is minimum your fault. But yeah, I appreciate you boys sharing. That was good. That was good. We all have different but like related to each other kind of philosophies, which is why I think, you know, we've been friends and have lived together for as long as we have.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that's why I was like, let's do this as opposed to the kidnap, because of the kidnap, then I'm back on like 900, like talking the most shit out of my ass. Yeah. And I'm like, no, let's bring it down. Let's talk some serious shit, and let's maybe
we
like
have a minute and a half. Do you want to talk about the kidnapping?
Oh, buddy.
No, let's not start
That's
that
gonna be
right
a 5-minute topic. I think.
Let's not start that right now.
Do you know me?
Yeah.
Have I ever been talking for talked for 5 minutes?
No, like 5 minutes at a time, maybe.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say. It's like,
all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to us. Thank you for tuning in once again. You should absolutely let us know what your philosophies are in 10 words or less. Put it in the comments. Let us know. Maybe we'll clip this at the beginning of the episode so that people actually listen to it and don't drop off by 45.
No, come on. Like, I feel like the moose stuff is gold.
What's our watch time?
The moose stuff is gold, dude.
It depends on like the episode.
Okay. Well, let's hope this one's a long one. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, one love.
He says, you can kill a moose if you want.